The opinions in this podcast are all our own.
But the businesses are real chamber members.
It's a chamber chat.
Coming to you from Wahoo, Nebraska. Chamber Chat with Kate
And Kat.
Welcome to Chamber Chat with Kate.
And Kat. I'm Catherine Nygren, owner of Found and Flora Flower Shop.
And I'm Kate DeCoste, owner of Kate DeCoste Photography. This podcast is everything Wahoo Chamber of Commerce.
Well, Kate, we have another guest in the studio.
We sure do.
Yeah, we've got Mike Sullivan of Lincolnshire Investments.
Yes, thank you so much for being here.
Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So we have a lot to talk about.
We have lots of questions for you.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Let's go.
So you've been kind of busy. You just completed a big project here in town and did a ribbon cutting. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that one?
Yeah, we had the ability to take an old project, or old building, Kennedy College, which was a dormitory, and repurpose it into 12 brand new redeveloped apartments.
Wow.
And it turned out really nice. Yeah, we were fortunate enough to have that be awarded that project from the city. Mm-hmm. And it was very nice to have a ribbon cutting and have the community through the project to see some tours, see the inside. It's been a little bit under the radar, and it's been nice to show it off. So
Yeah, and they're beautiful units.
Thank you.
And I loved that you had the photos that were like what it looked like
When it was a dorm.
and like what it like what he inherited. Like it was like wow,
pretty
this
horrifying.
Is what I'm in what that. Yeah, like it was a little like I was like, wow, this is.
the transformation was pretty extreme.
Yes,
and
yes.
What you saw inside, like if those walls could talk, it would be quite the story.
Yes,
So,
yes.
the amount of trash we had to take out of there was pretty substantial.
Wow.
The amount of demolition we had to go through to get it a clean slate was pretty extreme. So
Wow.
Yeah.
but yeah, we're very happy with the result. The process was quite challenging at times.
Sure.
And but yeah, we were very specific on having the before photos so people can kind of see the journey that the project has gone through,
Right.
and led to the final result, which we're pretty happy and proud of.
Yeah, you should
Nice.
be.
So when the college closed, did that dorm just close its doors and sit empty that long? Or was it kind of something after the college closed? Do you know any of the history?
Yeah, it went through a few little things. So
Okay.
yes, it's been closed for a long time, probably 45 plus years.
Wow.
From the college perspective,
Mhm.
and maybe even longer. And then it did reopen, I believe 30 years ago. And
Okay.
they tried to do like a smaller group home.
Yes.
For those that needed like a mini boys town where
Oh,
it's kind
okay.
of like a getting back on your feet, had some issues or run-ins or needed some extra guidance. And they ran that as a group home for maybe a year or two. I don't know
Okay.
the specifics, though.
Yeah, I remember that, but I don't remember the
Yeah.
timeline.
Yeah, I don't think it went that long. And
Gotcha.
then it closed down permanently after that. So,
Okay.
So it has been like it's been closed. It has been nothing for like over
25 to 30 years
Yeah.
at least.
Wow.
I
Wow.
would say.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And yeah, at least. Because when I came to Wahoo in 6th grade, it was on the way of closing.
Okay.
It was on the final leg.
So you said you graduated from Wahoo. I bet that's been kind of a fun thing to come back and, work on a kind of a relic of town.
It's been a neat experience. So I grew up just down the street on Hackberry, and my brothers and sister and I would walk up or bike up and play on the basketball hoop.
Okay.
And met a lot of friends there from all over the community. I've told this story quite a few times, but I was definitely one of the people that threw rocks at the windows and broke some of the windows.
Sure.
At Kennedy dorm. Windows shut down.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
And I think I'm paying that back now through karma and other things. And I was happy to do so. So we're it was a cool area to grow up in as a kid. I think it fell off the wagon a little bit, and my brothers and family and I are very happy and fortunate to have the opportunity to kind of bring it around full circle. And happy to share it off with the community now, which is cool. But yeah,
Nice.
It was a relic when I was growing up, and hopefully it becomes that again. So.
Well, and like you said, like it's such a cool thing that we have, and to see it where it's not anything or it's just it's just standing,
Mhm.
but for you to bring it to life, it'll bring more people around, and hopefully other things up there can maybe get brought back, like people going, oh, because I think when you do live somewhere, you might drive by it and you don't even look at it anymore.
You kind of become nose blind.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
sitting there.
So even just at your ribbon cutting, it was so nice out that day. That like
day.
yeah. So I was just kind of standing there, and I was taking some of the photos and stuff, and I was just like looking around, and I was just like, okay, this is so great that we're able to get some new life into it. So
yeah, people are a lot more energetic around the area now. The lights are on. It's a little bit more safe on the dead end street now.
Right.
Visibility wise, it was never an unsafe neighborhood, but
right.
visibility wise, there's more power, there's more activity, it was really a cool transformation to be a part of.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what's it like taking an old dorm and making it livable again? Was that quite the process?
It was quite the process. Yeah, it was quite the challenge. I'm up for a lot of challenges. This is probably at the higher level of challenges I've been involved in my life, and I'm happy to accomplish it and survive it. Both. My wife will have other comments about that. It's just a lot of time, but it's been very special. My mom lives here in Wahoo. Having the ability to bring my kids and family members to the project to kind of see the transformation over the timeline of the project was really neat. So at the very beginning, it was good luck, and I don't know how you're going to do it. At the end, it's like, holy cow, can't believe you did it, and nice job. So it was really neat to be a part of that. And like I said, being in my early 40s and the last time being there, I was in high school is just a different perspective, which is cool.
Sure. So how many units and how many do you have filled? And
so it's 12 units, and we have a variety of sizes. So we have 2 bedrooms and 2 sizes of 1 bedrooms.
Okay.
So we have 12 units total, 4 units on each floor. And the first floor is really cool because it's all 0 entry. So there's no steps to get on the first floor. There's 2 entrances, one on the east side, one on the west side. And there's no elevator, unfortunately, but the first floor is all 0 entry. So very accessible for kids that crawl, bikes, walkers, etc., wheelchairs, etc. So, the units are very nice, all brand new, very well insulated. The walls are 16 inches thick because of the brick.
Sure.
So it's very thick walls, which is really neat for insulation and sound. So it turned out very well, and all concrete floors. We kind of did that on purpose to kind of pay homage to. It was built in the 50s, so just wanted to kind of pay some homage to the 50s and 60s, and solid surface floors were the way to go then. And then in the stairwells, we try to expose as much brick as we could just to kind of show what Kennedy College was all about and how it looked in all brick. It looks really nice.
It does. And all of them have, or at least the ones I looked at, they all have in-unit washer dryer.
That's correct.
Wow. Because I was very that's the thing I look at.
Yeah, it's very important. Yeah. So each unit has their own washer and dryer, full appliance package with dishwasher, refrigerator, ice maker, range, microwaves, all the bells and whistles. So we wanted to bring a old building into 2026, and that was the way to do it. So it was every detail we kind of well thought out and try to package it up nicely in that building. So we wanted to stay within the walls. We didn't want to blow open any walls and go up higher. So we crammed a lot into that small building. So
wow. Was that a challenge, taking the footprint of a dorm and making it into an apartment?
Oh yeah.
It was very unique. Yeah. So it's funny, if you look at it from the outside, each large square window was one dorm.
Oh, okay.
So now we took 4 or 5 square windows and made it into one unit. So we had to take out all the walls and get it completely stripped down to just the structure and then kind of fill in accordingly. So our architect was really well organized and figuring out the spaces. It's very efficient. That's why, every kind of inch is really thought out. The washers and dryers, for example, they're not side by side, they're stacked. So because space is an issue.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we thought it was very important to at least have them in the unit. So that was those key items that were very well thought out to cram into a smaller building. So.
Did you tell us how many dorm rooms were in there back when it was a dorm?
That's a great question. I do at one point, but
We'll have to like go count the
Yes.
windows.
There's over 30 for sure.
Okay.
There's over 30, and the kind of program was each floor had its own shared bathroom. So all the plumbing was in the middle of the building. The windows were smaller in the middle of the building. So we had to take a whole different approach to rewire, replumb, put in different sizes windows to make everything egress and up to today's codes. So that was an interesting process to, take a bathroom window that you wanted to be private and make it into like a bedroom window, which you want it to be light. So there's a couple of those that you can't really see. Hopefully you can't notice. We made larger, but there are a few that we made larger to let in a lot more light for bedrooms and hallways and stuff like that. So we try to keep that minimal just to kind of save on cost and move quickly, but there are a few instances where we had to do that.
And I do think that when I was in there, I did feel like there was a lot of light. Like I didn't feel like it was in every unit I walked. I mean, I didn't walk in all of them, but I walked in 3 or 4 probably, and I felt like they were all very like airy. Yeah, I guess is the word. Yeah,
I hope you felt that. So this is a little bit different. So it's only 13 feet deep. Typically apartments are a little bit deeper. They're 20 to 25 feet deep. Okay. And with this one, we went with all white.
Yeah.
So the white and the kind of shallow depth of the apartments kind of all help make the spaces feel larger, let in a ton of light. And then the amount of windows and the size of the windows really help light pour in. So typically if you're going to build that apartment complex again today, you wouldn't do all brick. The windows would be smaller.
Right.
And it'd just be a little bit different program. So, and you'll see that in a different project I'm working on later on. So, but yeah, you won't see all brick apartments too many times these days, which is unfortunate. So,
yeah, so it's unique. So if you're looking for an apartment in Wahoo.
Yeah, so we have 3 of them leased. We have 9 more to go. We have a lot of interest from people in town and out of town. We've got a lot of great people looking to move to Wahoo that either work here or they want to live here and work in Omaha, Lincoln, or Fremont, or surrounding areas. So it's really a diverse interest from diverse areas around Wahoo. So it's really neat to meet people trying to move to Wahoo. I don't know the struggles that people go through to move to Wahoo, and it's been very enlightening to learn of that. The lack of rentals in Wahoo and the ability to get into a home is tough.
It is, yeah.
So we're very happy and fortunate to help kind of, be a small solution in that equation. And we're hoping to continue that moving forward. But being in the apartment business, we see a lack of housing all over the place, and I'm just trying to help the town I'm from kind of grow their housing stock and through the rental market. So.
Nice. Well, it's really nice to have like that kind of something that was used before, that kind of like you went through its kind of lifespan and then done for the next life.
New life to a new building. So an old building. Sure. So, but it was quite the process. From a history buff, people have been giving me comments of like, wow, you took an old building and like made it brand new. I'm like, that's about what it feels like.
Yes.
I hope it looks like that.
Yeah. Well, and I know the mayor, Jerry Johnson, he dormed there.
Oh, did he?
And so at the ribbon cutting, he was saying, like, we were asking him, so where was your, where was it? So I feel like you're going to get a lot of people like that too, being like, hey, I remember when I lived there.
There's been a few good stories about Kennedy College and being a student there or working there. It's been really neat to kind of hear those stories, because I would have never heard those stories if I never did the project.
Right.
So super neat to hear the mayor and a few others that have lived in the dorm come up to me and share their stories, whether it's during the project at the ribbon cutting or being around town at a coffee shop or restaurant or something like that. So it's really neat to hear that.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, and speaking of other projects, you kind of alluded to, now that this one maybe is off your desk, you've got another project in the works.
Yes. So now that Ivy Suites continues to kind of roll forward. We're still working through lease up, which is great. And now that we're moving into spring, we'll have a lot more activity there. So if you know of anyone, let us know. We have a website and an email and phone number to reach out to. But yes, you're right. We have another project that is probably more seen by the public and by the community of Wahoo, and it's the former Wahoo Super's grocery store at 5th and Beach Street. So not too far.
Yeah,
I know. Now you're talking about our neighborhood.
Yeah, a lot more visibility. And that project has taken a little bit more time than I've ever thought it would, though we're turning a quarter of this year, and that project will start here very, very soon. So that is a different size of project, brand new from the ground up. Obviously, we tore the grocery store down a few months ago. And that was a nice accomplishment to get that down and kind of safe. And now we're revving up for spring to get started going vertical. So we hired a great company out of Lincoln, Perry Reconstruction, PRC, and they are going to head the team to start building it in the next couple months.
Wow.
So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, and that'll be 56 units.
Oh, wow.
With 5,000 square feet of commercial space on 5th Street. So, facing north, and then on Beach Street facing the park, we'll have townhomes on the first floor that'll be very accessible, again for like zero entry, kids, elderly, etc. So yeah, very excited about that project. It'll be 2 buildings with parking on site, on-site parking, and then we're going to create street parking as well through the process. So.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Parking is always, I know you said prior to recording that you were like, oh, our free parking, like over in there. Like, I feel like that just did once the store, and maybe when the store was still going, people might have just been like, I'm just going to use that parking lot.
I think that occurred.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now people are like, oh, I like, so yeah, I feel like when you start working, like getting things rolling, people are going to be like, ooh, I can't park here
I'll have to find a new spot.
Yeah.
That's most likely going to happen. We're pretty generous with our construction fence right now because we're kind of working through the demo and clean up and preparing for going vertical. When we go vertical, there'll be less parking on our property.
Right. Yeah, I mean, once you get going, I wouldn't want to park, you aren't going to want to park there because you're not going to be like, oh, whoops, I have something on my, something.
Piece of debris.
Yeah, it's a work site. So, yeah. So I think it'll be nice when you do have it done and you're going to have that other parking too. That'll be good.
Yeah, so parking will stretch all on Beach Street and then on 4th, which is not there right now. So by the senior center, there's no parking there.
No.
But there is on one side.
Yes.
But, on the north side, there will be parking there as well.
Okay.
And then everything on our property, which is a majority of the block, will be private parking for our
for your
residents.
tenants. Sure.
Yeah. So, and then we're very excited to bring some more commercial space to downtown. So, it's nice to see some refreshing buildings being brought back to life on the retail side with Casey's gas station. You mentioned a couple others downtown. We're going to be bringing 5 bays of 5,000 square foot total to downtown, or it could be one large bay. It doesn't matter. It just depends on the interest.
Right.
So we are, as we were talking about, we're all ears on who wants to come to Wahoo, who wants to, upgrade their business location to be right downtown, brand new building. With a lot of access to restaurants and cafes and nice retail. In close proximity. So, as we go vertical in the next couple months, we'll be having those conversations of who's interested, both to live and to work at that building. So,
No, I think it'll be great. I feel like Wahoo needs, like just what you alluded to about living, like where to live.
Right.
We definitely, like, our downtown is full. Like when people want to bring in a business, it's like, well, there's nowhere to bring it. So I think this will be wonderful.
Yeah, we hope to be a great option for people. So, but yeah, we're excited to go vertical. We have a great team working with us, and just the opportunity that this brings is a little bit different than what Ivy Suites brings. It's different area of town. Urban is a little bit different feel. Parking's an issue. We're well aware of that, and I believe our design did a good job of packing in a lot of parking on our project. And being across the street from Smith Park is amazing. So that park is really cool. I grew up there as a kid, going to the pool.
Yes.
I mean, I was back in the day when it was the old pool, where there's it felt like you're swimming in ice cubes.
Yes.
And it was in a different location. So.
Yeah. And like the diving board.
Yeah.
That, was probably like very unsafe.
Which made it fun.
But yeah.
And now a message from one of our chamber champions.
Kat, have you ever thought about how lucky we are to have such a great healthcare option right here in our community?
Oh, absolutely. Saunders Medical Center is such an asset, and they really offer everything from inpatient care to outpatient services and even long-term care.
It really is impressive. And the best part, they use the latest technology but never lose that personal touch. They truly care about their patients.
Plus, the staff, there are neighbors, friends, and family. And it's really comforting knowing the people taking care of us are the people that we trust.
Exactly. Saunders Medical Center is always there when you need them, providing quality care close to home.
For more information, you can go to their website at saundersmedicalcenter.com.
So did I hear you're actually adding parking to our downtown with your new project?
Yeah, with Market Suites, we are kind of inverting the building to take up a lot of parking that's currently there. Though we are adding a lot of parking, both on site and then also on the street. So beach right now is parallel parking. That'll become angled parking. And then 4th Street, which is to the south, the senior center will still have their angled parking, and then we're going to add additional parking to the north of 4th Street. So even though, we're taking over the existing parking lot that has remained slightly open during our ownership, we will be replacing with brand new parking, and it'll be more in abundance and more accessible for the public. So
Nice. When I think about that across from the senior center, like all of our staff doesn't park anywhere in front of another person's door. And so that could be a good place for, us to kind of start parking is back there, because then it's only a block, and like if the block's not that far,
No, it'd be very accessible for everyone that works downtown for sure. And a little bit off the beaten path, which is good to allow people to park closer to your guys' businesses.
Yeah. And I know you had mentioned, and I'm not sure if it caught, but you had mentioned about when we go to Lincoln, when we go to Omaha, when we're downtown areas, we expect to walk. Like we're going to park somewhere and we're going to walk. And I think we need to do that. And again, it was something that you had mentioned about window shopping. And again, I'm not sure if it caught on there. So I want to make sure we talk about that, because it is a thing that you do in big cities where you're walking by windows and you're like, ooh, I'm going to go in there. So yeah.
I think window shopping is very important, and also just kind of a way of socializing. Even if you're not buying something, you walk by the salon and you see so-and-so friend, you bop in, say, hello, so-and-so. Or, you're walking by the hardware store, like, I forgot my DIY project. I need some paints or a screwdriver. And, same with boutique retail. You see some flowers, see something nice as a present for someone, and you go in there because you're walking by, and you end up spending 10, 15, 20 minutes longer than you thought in a good way to help support local businesses. And then you continue that down the whole block, and maybe you've bought a few things by the time you get to the end of the block, which is great.
Yeah.
So I really think that's important for downtown Wahoo, and I see that happening already, and we want to help expand that. So.
Nice. I like the thought of having, 5th Street all the way to the park and having more options and more places to send people. If you think about when you go on vacation, I like to park and walk around places and check out the little shops. And I think that's just going to encourage people having more shops to look at and things I think will be really nice.
Yeah, you kind of want to walk around and get lost.
Yeah.
Not that you can get lost in Wahoo.
Right.
But you kind of want to have that feeling or ability to wander a little bit. And, I think that the hardscape of Wahoo Wahoo needs to be softened up a little bit with some more things on the sidewalks that like really encourage walking. You know, maybe some benches or some shrubbery or stuff like that just makes it a little bit more inviting versus just hard concrete everywhere. So I think there's some instances where walking can be a little bit more fun and entertaining and obviously healthy for both physical health and for business health. So.
Well, one nice thing by where your project will be is right by the park. So that's kind of a fun thing where if you are over in there and then you can just, you know, literally walk across the street right to a really great park.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of entertaining things that happen on the east side. You got the park, you got the pool, we've got Sam Crawford for weekend or nighttime entertainment with your kids. So and then to the south we've got the Civic Center and the Senior Center. So yeah, we're really fortunate to bring this project finally to life. Over the last couple of years, it's taken a second, but the opportunity of this area brings is pretty exciting, and we're excited to finally get to the point to get started.
Yeah, and I know Wahoo is excited about it. Like I remember when the building went down, people were like,
"What? Here it goes.
Something's happening.
Here we go."
Yeah. So
Finally.
yes.
Right.
So they'll be excited to hear that in the next couple of months things will be
Yes.
moving.
It'll be great. And it's funny, like, it's not like we paused and have done nothing. There's a lot that happens in the background.
Yes.
Working through permitting and all the kind of things that need to be done before we can officially start take time. And we're happy to be through those.
Yes.
So a lot of patience by everyone. Appreciate the community understanding or becoming to understand that the project just takes a little bit longer than I anticipated. And we're excited to get it going in 2026.
Yay.
Nice. Do you have a timeline, like once that construction starts, how long of a process is it going to be to get it all built up?
We'll have it more firmed up once we get foundations in the ground. That's the big kind of benchmark to get started. But if things go well, it'll most likely be 14 to 16 months. So,
Okay.
So we won't be open until 2027. Shooting for the summer, obviously, to capitalize on the leasing season and stuff like that. So it's never fun opening up a project in the winter. Never recommend it.
Leasing season, that's something I've never heard before.
It's seasonal. So,
makes sense.
You might have, retail season. I'm not sure. Hopefully it's all year, but leasing season definitely dies down in the winter because no one likes to move.
No one wants to move.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like going to sit tight for a minute till the weather gets nice.
There are people that do, but it's less likely. So we're very fortunate. That's been a nice, mild-ish winter this winter. And, Ivy Suites is being well accommodated and welcomed for sure. But, ideally, you want to open up in the spring and the summer.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shooting for ideal.
Yeah. You said that it was going to be 56 units, right?
56 apartment units. Yep.
So how many floors?
So we're going to do 2 buildings, 3 stories each building.
Okay.
It'll be split there's an alley there. So it'll be split right down the alley. There's an easement. And then the building to the north will be the largest one that has the 5,000 square feet of retail space on 5th, and that'll house the fitness center, the lounge, the leasing office. There'll be garages on the back side of it, and then on the front side, obviously, will be the retail space on the first floor, and then the second and third floor will be all apartments.
Okay.
On the first building, and then the second building to the south, that'll be closer to the Senior Center and Civic Center. That'll be 3 stories of just apartments. On the parking lot side, faces west, will be garages, and on the east side that faces Beach and Smith Park will be all townhomes on the first floor, and then second and third floor will be additional apartments. So
nice.
Yeah, we're excited. We have 2 bedrooms, 1 bedrooms, and studios. In that building, again, we're coining it Market Suites just to kind of pay homage to the grocery store.
Yeah.
We're really excited to get that one going. So.
I'm laughing because I'm thinking of that game show Supermarket Sweeps.
Oh, Market Sweeps.
Like
Sweeps.
Sweets and sweeps. I'm like, ooh, I'm going to go Supermarket Sweets.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. So have you ever had that dream of, living above where you work, owning a business and living above, this would be your chance to make that a reality?
I think so. I think it plays itself well for that opportunity to happen. And I'm not smart enough to have my own business. I don't when it comes to retail or office or anything like that. I'm more on just the building and manage it side of things. So I won't have a use for an office, unfortunately, but we're hoping the community does.
Yeah.
Sure.
And we welcome anyone and everyone that has a need for retail space, commercial space, whether it's office or retail or something in between, that we can share and be a provider of space. Whether you're here in Wahoo or want to come to Wahoo,
Right.
we're hoping this is a beacon of opportunity for someone. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it's very exciting. I think like having Ivy Suites be done and, doing the ribbon cutting, getting to see it and having people starting to live there is very exciting. And then now this is very exciting. I'm like 56 units. Like I'm like,
Right.
like
it's nothing to shake a stick at.
No.
No.
It's
It's a big
very-
project.
It is a very big project.
Yeah. So we got 12 units at Ivy and 56 in Market, and I think Wahoo again has the opportunity for these apartments, and we're hoping to accommodate a lot of people, whether they're here already or trying to move to Wahoo. So, and yeah, we're trying to reach out to local businesses now. So if you know of anyone, please reach out to me. And my team, that we're trying to just kind of put some feelers out there, find, like we talked about, find people that are opportunistic, that want to open up shop here, or who you think we should reach out to open up shop here. Wahoo has a lot of things going on right now, though we realize there's probably things that we could bring in that we don't have.
Yeah.
And, we would like to know that too. So
I think that's very exciting. It's a game that we play at the flower shop all the time. Like if you could imagine a business coming to town, what would it be? So
we want to be in that game.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys are gonna have to chat.
Right.
Or know the results. I'm not that creative.
Yeah.
But seriously, we have a great team, a brokerage team, Oak Real Estate out of Omaha, that is leading the charge to recruit people for us, and they got their work cut out for us in a good way.
Nice.
Great.
Yeah.
So if people want to get a hold of you, where can they contact you at?
So so my brothers and I, we have Lincolnshire Investment. We have a website, lincolnshireinvestment.com. It's the best way to get a hold of us there. There's like a little message or contact tab to get a hold of us there. That's the best spot. So if you go there, you can see the other projects we're working on as well. In Nebraska and the Midwest, we focus on Midwest area. So we're doing projects in Omaha, Council Bluffs, and other areas. So and then we also, for each project, we have Facebook pages, individual Facebook pages that you can follow. So Ivy Suites is up and running.
Okay.
We have a marketing team that posts weekly stuff up there and updates of what's going on there. So every project has a specific channel of communications.
Nice. I like it.
That I do not. That I'm not involved in.
But did you get to help name them?
Yeah, I have a small, opinion of the names.
That'd be the fun part.
Yeah, that would be the fun part.
Yeah. It is pretty cool.
Well, Mike, so thank you. Goodness, can't get it out. Thank you so much for coming on.
I appreciate the invite.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for bringing me on the show and talking about our projects. And stay tuned for more to come from us. So
perfect.
Nice.
Yay.
We'll do it.
Yeah. Well, thanks everybody for listening or watching, and don't forget
to keep it local, friends.
This has been a Chamber Chat
with Kate.
and Kat.
See you next time.